Hey, Shalom, shalom. I'm going to start out this video by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule well, that teach well, while learning the truth 100% according to the Bible. I also want to say shalom to the elect, the 144,000 men, the prophets, the servants scattered abroad the four corners of the earth. And shalom to the Akwaf, which are you sisters that are sincere and your children. Shalom. And in today's video, going to be another video from the brother Arrow of Indignation's channel, 144. Subscribe to that brother, and it's going to be touching in on this new law that was just passed by the government about these ICE agents, man, that are able basically for regular citizens to, try to detain and arrest citizens, man. Right. As you can see from the thing, it said ICE signed over 506 agreements across 38 states, deputizing civilians to act as ICE agents, right? So like I said, ultimately, this is about to lead to a lot of chaos and things of that nature happening. But we know, as it says in the book of Revelation 6 and 4, I'm going to get that precept, that the Lord have given Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, right? That power, man, to ultimately do what he's about to do. And that's what we're seeing occurring in the earth, especially in this place, America, Babylon the Great. That peace is being taken off of the earth, man. And the Lord is using this devil to do it, right? So bear with me. I'm going to get to that. This is Revelation 6 and 4 in the KJV. And it says, and there went out another horse that was red, right? Representing Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. And power was given to him, right? Because ultimately he gets this power from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. The Lord is the one giving Esau this power to do the things in which it is he's doing, man. It tells you that in Proverbs 21 and 1, that the king's heart, meaning his mind, is in the hands of the Lord. He turneth it whithersoever he will. So ultimately the Lord is the one controlling the minds of these elites and these, Edomites that are doing the things that they're doing, man, right? And it said power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. And that's what he's doing. Taking peace from off the earth, slowly but surely. The Lord have given him that power, right? And that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. That sword representing Esau's blessing, and he's about to come down greatly with that sword. He's about to show his true colors, man. This devil's not hiding who he is, and he's showing himself through his laws, through his unrighteous decrees, everything that it is he's setting up, man, So we're going to get into this video. Bear with me. But yeah, that's what everything is being set up to, man, for chaos, disorder, and, things of that nature to ultimately come upon this earth, man. But we know ultimately it's Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai that's controlling it. And I'm going to go to a precept. This is Matthew chapter 10. And I'm going to start at verse 34. And it says, think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. And this is red letter Lord Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. He said he's bringing a sword on the earth, man. And that sword represents, like I said, division, chaos, people being at odds, destruction. And that's what's headed for this place, America, man. Babylon the Great, And the men of the Lord have been warning you people, man, especially you Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians to turn back, man, But yeah, we're going to get into this video. But before I do, I want to say fair use on the 1976 Copyright Act. Not getting paid for this video. This is only for educational purposes only. So with that being said, fair use.
This isn't good, y'all. ICE has now signed over 506 agreements across 38 states, deputizing civilians to act as immigration agents. Let that sink in for a minute. Your neighbor, your local deputy, maybe even your supermarket security guard, now given power to detain and question people like a fucking ICE agent. No serious training, no real oversight.
Right. And as the guy has said, we know what all of this is about to resort to, because we know how these American people are, man. They're very prideful. People are going to take it upon themselves. A lot of people to think they had the power to try to, come up against people and stuff like that. And ultimately, like I said, this is going to cause those race wars, man, those class wars, those gender wars, all of this civil unrest from happening. Right. And I'm going to go to a precept to prove that. I'm going to go to the book of Isaiah. Right. Isaiah chapter 19. Right. And I'm going to start at verse 2. And it says, and I, that I being Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, right? Which are these modern day American people. For we know this place, America, is called spiritually Sodom and Egypt. And they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom, right? And that's ultimately what all of these different things are building up to, man. Civil unrest, chaos, panic, pandemonium, times like never before coming to this place, America, Babylon the Great. And we know that ultimately all of this stuff is ultimately leading up to Jacob's trouble, man, as it also tells us about in Jeremiah 30:7. And I'm going to go to that precept, right? Bear with me. This is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7, and it says, "At last, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." And that he, the Lord, is talking about is none other than 144,000, 1/3 remnant that are going to be brought through all of this hell and chaos that's about to soon come upon this earth, man. You know, the Lord is going to protect his elect in these times. But the rest of you people that are not of the Lord's elect, man, you're going to have, it's going to be a bad time for you, man. You know, nothing better, more to put. But it's going to be chaos, man. Times like never before coming to this place, America, man. Right? So I'm going to get back into that video. Bear with me.
Serious training, no real oversight, just power handed out like it's candy. This is about to get crazy.
Guys, you might want to start double checking who your real friends are, because ICE just signed over 500 agreements across 38 states, deputizing everyday citizens to act as immigration agents. Yeah, you heard that right. We're talking police, jail guards, your pharmacist, your kid's school resource officer, even university security. In Florida, all 67 counties have said, yeah, we're in, and now they're looking at college campuses too. So the same campus cops who are around breaking up frat parties might now be trained to detain someone for immigration violations. This also means your barista could smile at you in the morning and could also be trained to hold you while ICE processes your status. This expansion includes models that were banned before due to racial profiling. Now they're back and with zero oversight. We are sliding into full surveillance mode by neighbors deputized as watchdogs. If you think this won't affect you, you're already late. This is legal but not safe. A series that proves legality will not protect you. Follow me if you still believe in due process and dignity, because the government just handed 500 keys to ICE and they're unlocking something very, very dangerous.
Okay, what is happening? So now the government and ICE have now deputized people like school resource officers, campus security officers, maybe even a pharmacist. They now get to detain people, that they get to racial profile, and then they get to say that these people need to be deported, or they get
Right. And we just heard what she said. She basically said that they can racial profile you now due to these new laws and things of that nature that they're putting in place, right? And we know ultimately, like I said before, this is what's going to lead to what the Lord talked about in the book of Matthew 24:7, nation against nations, which will be the signs of the times in which we're living in. So you can expect and know that race wars and things of that nature will come, man, because it's all biblical prophecy. And I'm going to go to another precept just to further touch more on that, right? But these times are coming, man. You know, that's why it's important for you brothers and sisters to get closer to the Lord. Because, I mean, Esau Edom is moving, man. As it tells you in Revelation 12:12, therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil, right, has come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. This man knows that he only has a short time to get this new world order system off the ground. So he's rushing, man, you know, and as we know, the Lord is speeding up time for the elect's sake. So this devil only knows he has a short time. So that's why you're seeing everything come more faster, man, right? And this is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, and I'm going to start at verse 14. Woe to the world, right? Woe meaning destruction, and them that dwell therein, right? Verse 15, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. That word nigh means something that's soon to take place. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. And that's talking about that civil unrest, man. You know? And it says, verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So soon to come, these people are not going to be regarding the police. They're not going to be regarding the government. They're not already regarding each other. So just wait till all of this hell breaks loose. It's going to be complete chaos out here in these streets of Babylon the Great. And this is verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. And ultimately, that's going to be because of all of the violence and things of that nature that is taking place in this place, America, that people won't be able to move around freely like they're doing now. All of that is soon about to change. Then once these race wars and all of this chaos ensues and become too hectic, then Esau Edom, right, this devil, is going to bring in his military, man. You're going to have martial law taking place in a lot of these streets and cities. So, I mean, it's going to just be complete anarchy, man. Right? And it says, verse 18, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And it's ultimately what the Lord talks about in the book of 2 Esdras 8 and 50. How many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. And we know that word miseries goes into times of uncomfortableness, miseries, afflictions, anguish. That's what's ultimately about to come upon these Babylonian people, man, soon to come. And the men of the Lord have been warning you people about these things for years, decades, starting with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, telling people that these things are going to take place, right? As it says in the book of Habakkuk chapter 2. And I'm going to go to that precept, bear with me. Because we know that all of these visions are for an appointed time, man, that the Heavenly Father have set. But now we're starting to see these visions, these prophecies, they're starting to come to pass, man, So bear with me. I'm going to go there. This is Habakkuk chapter 2. And I'm going to start at verse 2. And it says, and the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, answered me and said, write the vision, right, meaning the prophecies, and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. And that's what we're doing. We're making this plain to the people that have the understanding to see it, man, or to hear it, the elect. They're going to hear these prophecies and it's going to resonate with them through the Spirit, and they're going to run and they're going to be warning other people, man. So this word is going out to and fro, right? In verse 3, it says, for the vision, meaning the prophecies, is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come and will not tarry. And those are the prophecies, man. They're no longer tarrying. So we're seeing the beginning start of race wars, class wars, famines, all of these different types of things, man, and that they're coming soon, So yeah, that's pretty much everything I had to say with today's video. Just something quick through the Spirit. Lord's willing, it can be edifying. Till the next time, I'm going to say shalom.